Oh my God, this week is officially a year since we graduated.
Why
Have
would you
you
say
th
that?
have you thought have you thought about
I'm
that?
sorry, is someone saying something? Because I have to sneeze. Achoo, and let's move on.
Manic
Pixie. Jump
Jump
scare.
Scare. Hosted by Quinn Murphy
and Becca Hobart.
Hiya there.
Hey,
We're
where
Quinn
Quinn?
and we're Becca. And welcome to Manic Pixie Jump Scared, a podcast where Becca and I talk openly about our shared delusions
Passions and
and
and and
love
and
for
love
each
for each
other.
other. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Oh my
Happy Earth
God.
Day. When was Earth
So
Day?
exciting.
It
It
was
was on the
last
22nd. It was on Saturday.
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 So it's our first time coming together since Earth Day,
Earth Day, the big one.
the biggest holiday, most
Yeah.
relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Earth is so relevant when you think about it.
And I'm glad you bring it up. Because it's like we can get so distracted, but at the end of the day, where are you? Am I? Who do you think you are? I am. Earth.
Literally. Do you know what I've been thinking about lately?
What?
The fact that, like, so you know how the Big Bang happened?
Yeah,
Like, what was here before that?
exactly.
Like,
Also, the fact that they said like the Big Bang happened, whatever, because everything was being stretched out, or okay, whatever. And then eventually we're gonna be stretched out so much
that
that
we
we
have
have
to
an
retract.
yeah, a reverse bang.
Yeah. But I think
Whoa,
our whole solar system will be gone before then.
you think?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I feel like, yeah, I mean, unless we don't know when that's happening necessarily, but like it's also, I don't know. At that point, you're just theorizing. How do you know? Like, how do you know it's eventually going to snap back?
Yeah. I mean, how do we even know the bang happened?
It's kind of like, I don't know.
Who's to say type of game.
Who's to say?
I love that all of science is like, yeah, no, yeah, but like,
No, because there's just shit.
no, we're
Like,
like
that's,
pretty sure.
no, that's my thing. It's like there's so much stuff we don't know about things.
Yeah, exactly. It's exciting though.
And it's kind of fun. It's also scary sometimes. But for some reason, like talking about it now, I'm not that scared.
No, I think it's all gonna be fine.
But yeah, anyway.
Mm.
But we're back at this damn show.
Right.
Um, and Becca and I were already getting into some things before we got on air.
Yeah.
Um, and it's one of those sessions where I'm like, why didn't we turn the camera on first thing? Because there was some cutting up going on. But
There's some lines. There's some
there
good lines.
there's some good
Yeah.
lines going on.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
But we're here now, and classically we start the show with a catch-up time for me and my friend Becca.
Mm-hmm.
And so Becca, what is even going on this week with you? I
It, it-
you're in an area where it's either an area indicating that you are in some kind of like altered state where you need medical attention, or you're in a very high crime area where the murder rate is 80% per day.
80% per day.
80% of people die there per day is what I heard.
The idea of that is so funny. The idea of that is actually so funny. I actually can't reveal where I am yet until we talk about the episode topic.
Okay. Wow. Fuck my drag, right?
I had to get stern with you. I had
Literally.
to lay my foot down. I had to lay down the law. I had to lay my foot down
She's
because
learning from her
I
customers at
got a big old
Ulta.
foot. It is sore. Okay. So what has been going on with me? Great question. I would yeah, I've been working at Ulta, blah 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 blah. But
Hmm.
I have really been finding my groove as a substitute teacher. I talked last episode, I think, about how I've gotten like the reputation of like being a cool sub.
Oh my God, I heard about you.
I heard about you. And then this past Friday, the day before Earth D,
Mm-hmm.
we went down to the library and there was an
Mm-hmm.
Earth Day celebration. So I was bringing all
Yeah.
the classes down there. So I was seeing a lot of kids. And some girls walk up to me and they're like, Oh my God. Like, oh, well, first of all, we were like, hey, girls, hey, like doing the gab, saying hi. And
Mhm.
then they were like, we miss you so much. Like, we had a different sub and she's so mean and we wish you were our sub. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, that's what I thought.
And you said,
That's
if you
what I
guys miss me,
thought.
you should listen to my podcast, actually, middle schooler.
Oh, I said, I talk about you on that very pod.
Yeah.
But the high schoolers would definitely love to listen, actually. So I should start just leaving our QR or something around.
QR
Um,
code.
our QR code for our podcast.
Oh my gosh.
But oh yes, I am receiving the message. My internet connection is unstable. Great, fabulous, awesome. Well, so that was nice. And then I met one of the teachers I was subbing for because she wasn't leaving on her field trip yet. And she was like, when I was like taking attendance and I asked my goofy question, like whatever, and the kids were responding well to it, she was like, it seemed very proud of me. And she like was joining in on the fun. And I was like, now this is what it's all about, is to have a
Literally.
little laugh and a gab actually at 7 a.m. with your
Yeah.
students. Um, and then this one kid got me a plant from the Earth Day celebration and he gave it to me.
Oh my God, Becca.
What a sweetie pie.
You are running these schools, is the thing.
It's crazy because I'm not even
Superintendent.
certified.
You
So
are
would
kind of Principal
agree.
Ava coded, like.
For sure. 1,000%. That was
She
idol
canonically is a Below
vibes.
Deck fan.
Well, there you go. There you
She's
go.
made multiple references across the series to Below
No,
Deck.
like, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it makes sense because she is like the Mindy of that show. Okay.
Mindy
Anyway,
whom? Oh, Mindy Office
project.
Mindy?
Yeah.
Oh, Mindy
Yeah.
Project
And
Mindy.
yeah. So Kelly, Mindy. Yeah.
Work.
Like kind of the workplace, like, extravaganza girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's me
Mm-hmm.
at the high school. And then also later in the day, there was like a raffle going on for like they were giving away a big, nice plant at the Earth Day celebration. And
Mm-hmm.
this one kid was like, I hope I didn't win because I suck taking care of plants. And I was like, you can't say that because then you're gonna accidentally like manifest it or whatever. Who wins but him? We got a call and I said, sir, head down to the library and pick up your plant.
Good
Sir, you're
job.
not gonna believe it.
Good job.
You did it. You
You did it.
manifested. You did it. So yeah, it's been really
Manifesting.
fun.
I'm manifesting.
Put my finger to my thumb and then I snap it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's just been really fun and I've been enjoying it. So
It
I don't
sounds
know.
fun.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And then we'll see what the future holds with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
School
it's
year's
also
coming to
a
an end,
thing,
famously.
of course, yes. But I do feel like I'm like, okay, I feel like a celebrity in the school.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You get to like guest star. You're like a recurring guest on like a sitcom
Yes.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah. And when that one girl, like she had me in class and then she saw me at Ulta later, I was like a character in her life. Like
Literally.
that just kept having random jobs.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't deliver her DoorDash to her house later that night. Could you
Are you a dasher?
imagine? I've dashed like a couple times. It's honestly
Mm,
not worth it,
yeah.
especially with gas prices nowadays. Are you kidding
Oh
me?
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding
Anyway,
me?
are you kidding me? I've started saying this new thing, RWC, Republican when convenient, because Starbucks
No,
is
something
gonna start
those
charging
gas
$1 for
prices
like those
suddenly.
RWC.
I'm putting my red hat on.
I'm RWCing. Starbucks apparently is going to start charging $1 if you want light ice in something.
So why would you get light ice? Like I would just get the regular ice. Somebody else told me about this.
But like it's because it would give you what, 1 inch more of coffee,
Mm.
and that's $1's worth of it. I don't know. I just think it's despicable.
Yeah,
Anywho,
I can't speak on that right now, but
Right. Sure.
I have
Sure.
thoughts about
I'll give
it.
you time. I'll give you time. But yeah, so that was my kind of week last week. And then over the weekend, I was involved in a creative project for
I
this
did
girl
see
I work
this.
with. Yes. So my friend, I'll just say, Shantae, is has been working on her own makeup line called Shades of Shantae, and you can shop the shades. We are not sponsored by her, but she's a good friend, and I really like
Cut
her
that
little
out.
palette.
Editor,
I've
cut
got
that out if we're not making money off of it.
cut that out. Like my dear friend. But yeah, I like the color. She gave me a little sneak peek
Mhm.
product. So it's very exciting. But I was in a photo shoot for her, so I was modeling again.
Cover girl
This is
again.
this is very reminiscent of 2021 when I did um that Pride photo shoot, and then I ended
Uh-huh.
up having like the best summer of my life. So I hope that this is like the precursor to the next best summer of my life.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the video?
What video?
Well, what'd you see of the photo
I
shoot?
just saw, I was like, oh, Becca's in a photo shoot.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, that makes me excited. I'm titillated
Of
suddenly.
course, yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, but it was fun because I hadn't done that in a while.
Yeah,
And
I've
it
been a cover
is
girl.
like, yeah, it is really exciting when, of course, the photographer always wants to be complimentary of the
Hmm.
model.
Yeah.
But when you're hearing things like, you're incredible, oh, you're so natural, like, thank you.
Yeah,
I
exactly. And you're
believe
like, I
you.
agree with that actually.
I believe you, sir. I
No, one
do.
thing I'm excited for is like to be a public figure when we're both eventually at that stage
Caliber.
is
Yep,
like
yep.
those bitches be having photo shoots out the wazoo.
It's so fun. Yeah, it
And
must
it's
be.
like, what was this even for? And they're like, thanks for
Right.
the shots at this person. And it's like, so are you paying for all these? What's going on? Like,
Right.
when we're both
Right.
Mew Mew girls, when you, me, and Ethel Kane are all in a Mew Mew campaign
Naturally.
together,
Of course.
um, and then we like shoot a podcast from the set of the
Right.
campaign, and you can hear like the ch-ch-ch, and like David LaChapelle is like hitting staffers in the background or something, whatever he does, and like,
Yeah.
you know,
All the above.
yeah,
All
and
the above.
it'll be amazing. Like
I can't
yeah,
wait.
no.
I
Because
can't
I feel like
wait.
I could be editorial if given like, because I'm not like I don't love like taking my photo. I'm not like a this kind of girl,
Mm-hmm.
or even like like I need like editorial. Like I think that's where I could shine.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
I'm wearing like a good ass outfit, like
Mm-hmm. And the gag of it all.
I
Yeah.
have too much of an appreciation for clothing not to be a good model, you know?
Right. You're so true about that.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, but one thing about this, so the whole concept was like we were all wearing like brightly colored like suits, like
Uh-huh.
two-piece suits, and no tops, just the suits, right?
Laying here with nothing but my feelings. Yeah.
Exactly. So there was like,
You were seeing boobies?
yes.
Boobies and
And I
titties?
personally was like, okay, this fashion tape has to do me right, or a lot of people are going to see a lot.
Nip slip.
And I did accidentally post on my story for 1 second someone
Someone's nipple?
else's boob.
Yeah,
Did you see
yeah.
it?
No.
Okay,
Did not see
good.
it.
Yeah, because I deleted it so fast. But I was like, oh, okay.
And Instagram, there's nothing you can do. Like if you catch it while it's uploading, like if you like
You just have to
upload
wait for it to
something, you just have to
upload.
wait for it to
Yeah.
upload and run the risk that like in the 30 seconds it's up.
Yeah. And I have some people who are not even gonna lie, obsessed with me and need to view my Instagram story first. Yes, I'm talking about you, not you, Quinn.
Yeah, I was about to say,
They'll
I'm
know.
like,
They'll know who they are.
I don't know who they are. Do you check who looks at your Instagram story?
When I think to, but most of the time I'm like, I don't care.
Same.
Yeah.
Even well, we'll get into it, but I haven't had anybody who I've like wanted to check my Instagram stories in 84 years. I just be shit posting on there is the thing.
And that's okay. That's valid.
If you really want to get to me, like my tweet is the thing.
Yeah. Because that's where I'm
That's
laying it all out. Anyway, at the end of all that, did I even get to ask you what's going on with you?
no. I mean,
Well, Quinn, here's the time. What the hell's been going on?
literally nothing. I don't even know why I'm getting. Well, actually,
Cool.
so when I was like, Becca and I are producers of this podcast, executive produced by Quinn Murphy and Becca Hobart, as we say at the end of the show. Every week we record that
Yes.
fresh every week for you guys.
Yes.
But I was like, so what even happened this week? It's hard to have a thing where you like have to talk about what happened in your week when nothing happened ostensibly.
Yeah.
But then today, all this stuff ends up happening, right? So, guys, what am I doing? Say it with me now. Looking for a job.
Boo.
Yes, I get it. Guys, I want to join you so bad, but I don't have the income coming in. So
The bills.
we're
So
trying
affected.
so hard is the thing. So I was actually feeling really disaffected because I'm like, searching for a job is so like demoralizing because here's what I've learned, right? When people are like,
Mhm.
oh, just get a job. No,
Nope.
that's not actually how it works.
It's actually so hard, actually.
It's like for some reason, people will post, like employers will post a job on a job board and you'll say, hey, I actually want this job. And they will then be like, and do you hear the sound of that silence? Because that's them after you turn in the resume.
Yeah.
It's like, so why'd you post that if you
Whoosh.
weren't going to get back to somebody who's interested in it?
Yeah. It's not nice.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, I've just like applied to, and it's like one thing to hear back and be like, we actually decided to go with another applicant, or like, we're not moving forward with your application at this time. Like, love
Mhm.
that. Love
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
When it's just, I sent an application and it could have seemingly gone nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what starts to get under my skin.
It makes you feel insane.
Yeah, it makes you feel a little bit. You're like, well, I did something, but oh, have you ever like? It's happened to me twice where I've been on Indeed and I've just applied to something because I could just turn in like my resume and like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to do anything else basically for the application. And then like literally the next time you check it, like 5 minutes later, like in like your saved jobs, it's like not selected by employer. That's a little
Oh my
demoralizing when
God.
it's
That's
like
crazy.
5 minutes later.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you so
actually.
much. Give me a fair shot.
But
Yeah, geez whiz.
yeah, so I've just been I've just felt like no traction. I had to write a cover letter last week, guys, which
Oh my God. Exhausting.
did send my cover letter to my mom, and she did send back. I cried at that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
you know,
good job there.
yeah. And so today, baby, it's like my phone lines were blowing up. I sat
Ooh.
down looking for jobs. First of all, I applied for the job yesterday. They literally reached out like 30 minutes later and were like, oh, set up an interview this week.
Oh my God.
So I have
Too
an
easy,
interview
though.
there tomorrow that I scheduled for
Nice.
today.
Lovely.
And then that job I had to write the cover letter for that made my mother cry.
Yeah.
Got an interview for that. And I was actually worried about that one because
Slay.
they took it off. They said it was expiring on April 30th.
Uh-huh.
And they like took down the job posting when I checked Indeed yesterday, and I was like, because there was another job at the same like company that I wanted to apply for as well, but they like took all their job postings down, and I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not like anyway. But then I got an email from them today being like, we'd love to have you come in for an interview, and I was like, I would love to do that actually.
Amazing. Okay.
And then this one was kind of zany, right? So I just get like a call. So I like to go. I'm not somebody like I believe in like a separation of spaces, right? There's a sociological concept. Have you ever heard of like first space, second space, third space?
Yes.
Yeah. So your first space is your home, where Becca and I are coming to you from, our joint home that we bought together in New Jersey.
Yeah. Yep.
We're in different rooms just because Becca has COVID, so she has to.
Yeah. It's good. And it just got real bad. Whenever you say the word, it triggers it. So don't say it again.
The Sugma variant. but
the Ligma variant.
The Sugandese variant. But the first base is your home. Second space is your work. So for Becca, Alta, for me, nowhere. And then your third space is
and in Parkland School
And-
District
yes.
of
Oh,
New
I couldn't
Chipotle,
forget. I
New
couldn't forget.
Jersey.
Wait, in New Jersey?
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was kidding. That's why that like Uno reverse. Guys, I'm the worst. Like Becca and I will start improving, and then Becca will like do the yes and I'll go, wait, what? Like I'll forget we're doing a bit. Like it's happened twice recently.
It's truly crazy. Like you're making me feel crazy.
I set up a bit, and then when Becca responds to it, I'm like, what are you doing?
What do you even mean by that?
Oh my god. Anyway, so then first space, second space, and then your third spaces are more amorphous than the other two because they're just like social spaces. So
Mhm.
like your coffee shops, your bars, like
bar,
that
yeah.
kind of a community center even.
Sure.
So
Preferably Jewish.
JCC, you know me.
Yep.
And so I like to get out of my house during the day. I like to remind myself there is life outside of my home. Because I don't have a job to do that. So I go to a coffee shop, and the coffee shop I like frequent, they were looking for, they like had like you could just fill out the application on their website. So I did it last week for S's and G's because I was like, at this point.
Yeah. Why?
So I went there today. I had been sitting there for like an hour or two, and I was in like the very back of the restaurant. It's kind of it's like a coffee bar / restaurant thing, and so I get a call, and it like actually has a caller ID and not just like scam likely. And so I'm like, it's so weird because I never catch my phone when it's actually ringing.
Yeah.
Because my phone doesn't vibrate or anything because I don't like that. And it does.
Great.
My phone has not made a noise in years.
Yeah.
Like a notification noise.
Well, no wonder you
that.
couldn't find her at the bottom of the lake.
No, no, guys, I cannot. Even if my phone is making a sound at the bottom of the lake, I'd be like, shh.
Shut up.
Why are you doing that? But anyway, so I pick up the phone and they're like, hi, is this Quinn? And I was like, yeah, it is me actually. And they go, hi, this is the cafe. You applied for a job here. And I'm literally sitting at the place that I applied to a job for.
Oh my god. Manifested, I finessed it.
And I was like, and guys, I'm me, so I didn't tell them that, of course. I'm just sitting there like it's a normal thing.
Did you see the person you were on the phone with?
No, thank God. That's why I was happy I was
that
in the
would
back
have been
because
crazy.
I couldn't see.
Yeah.
I think they might have been like a back office because I couldn't hear them in like the
Right.
It's like a big room, but not like super big. I feel like I would have heard them, but I feel like they were in like a back office or something.
Gotcha.
And it was really weird because they were just like, they weren't like, oh, do you have a minute to talk? Or, oh, they just like started going in and like asking me questions
Oh, wow.
about
Okay.
like my
the interview is
availability.
now.
Yeah, about my they're like, I was like, oh, so we're just doing this, my availability, all this kind of stuff, like my history and stuff. And then, so got that as well. I do not think I'm going to be working there because they asked me how long I was planning to stay. And I was like, I am planning on relocating is the thing because, but I'm kind of taking it as I was testing the water because I do think I'm going to start lying about that, guys, because I need money.
Yeah. I've never told the truth about that.
I need money. And if nobody's going to give me it, I have to start lying. Like there's no option.
Right.
In these material conditions in this economy, I have to start lying to people.
Yeah, it's not possible.
There's this one job application I'm filling out, fully lying on it.
That's okay, babe. That's okay.
Not about anything like serious, like not saying I've like worked jobs I haven't, but or have skills I haven't, just saying I've done things that
maybe exaggerating.
And that's kind of the art of writing a cover letter too. You make something sound so much more impressive than it was.
You twist their mind.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But no, my cover letter was actually pretty true. I just am
good
at making things sound. I think I just have a good power to like make things sound good in my writing. But anyway.
Yeah, then that would track.
So we're not feeling great about the cafe job, but it's kind of okay because I didn't want to apply there anyway because I do like to like hang out there. And so it's fine if I don't get that. And then there was another one. And then I have that other interview that's been scheduled for like a month, but isn't for like another week and a half almost. But
okay.
So guys, Unemployment
God.
era. I know we've been alarmist about the unemployment era coming to an end, and I didn't realize how long it would take for it to come to an end at the beginning.
Right.
But it might finally be nigh, is the thing.
Which is so exciting. Do you want to tell them what happened with the corporation I used to work for?
Yeah, so I did interview with a corporation Becca used to work for, who is charging, let's just say they're charging $1 for light ice.
Yeah.
Despite literally making billions of dollars a year. Anyway. Well, okay, so this is my thing, right? So I was like, so there's a Starbucks literally 5 minutes from my house. I'll talk about it. I'll name names.
Yeah, sure.
Especially because I'll tell you guys why I'm going to say it. So there's a Starbucks 5 whole minutes from my house. It's actually, if you guys remember, when I spilled that coffee on my computer, it was a mocha from Starbucks, which aren't good.
Crime.
Let's say it.
Yeah, nope. They're
Starbucks
not.
makes a lot of good drinks. A mocha is not one of them, really.
Sure.
And I was feeling like it that day. I ordered it against my better judgment, and then what did I do but spill it on my computer?
And she died.
And may she rest.
Yes.
Flapiana, we miss. Well,
we can be grateful for the time we had with her.
Yeah. A new computer update. I have decided I do like my new computer. Like, we're not returning her at this point or anything. So she's here to stay with us.
Good.
And we love her. We love this girl right here. So that was just a quick update. But so anyway, Starbucks. So I had an interview with the corporation, with the store near my house. First of all, it was last Wednesday. So I'm like getting ready. I'm like, I have an interview for a job in like 2 years, 3 years almost. Like 2.5 years. I have not interviewed for a job in 2.5 years. And I was like, I was getting kind of nervous, even though, guys, I know I shine in an interview. I know it's one of my strong suits.
Yeah.
Something I can do is talk to people. What do I do for hours in my week except for talk to people?
Yeah. Most hours.
Literally. So I was getting kind of nervous. I was primping. I was getting ready. I was running a little behind. I was like, literally, 18 minutes before the interview is meant to begin, I'm like getting ready. I'm like, and I look at my phone. Interview canceled. Oh, what? What is going on?
Whoa, guys.
And then the manager of the store sends me a message, no punctuation, no like anything, just like text being like, I'm really busy today. I just got added like 3 meetings. We need to switch our times. Can you go on and reschedule your interview?
That is
and
so
I was
rude.
like, okay, work. And so I rescheduled the interview, and then it was really for the next day. And so then the next day I do the interview, goes swimmingly.
Okay.
And the manager was like, I really like you. I would hire you, but my store is actually fully staffed. And so my question is just like, why
would you do that?
Was it even a thing? Like, there were so many layers, right? Because like, first of all, I went on the Starbucks website and like literally looked up the store, and they were like, oh, help wanted. And so I was like, okay, let me put in an application. Hello, Taco Bell, are you hiring
I can
today?
help. Yeah.
And what can I get started for you? How perfect did I just say that?
Right.
And so so anyway, like, why was it an option to even apply if you guys are fully staffed? And then second of all, why does it go through this whole, why am I face to face with somebody being like, hi, I'm Quinn?
Yeah.
If I'm not going to work there.
Right.
And then she was like, well, there are other places like in the district hiring, and so I can refer you to some of them. And so I was like, oh, sure, that would be great. I've not heard a thing. It's been almost a week.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
genuinely terrible.
Yeah, and so I don't know. So that was before like this whole interview Mageddon that I had today.
Right.
So between that and like not hearing anything back from a lot of places, I was getting a little discouraged in my job hunt. Let's just say that.
Right.
And so yeah, but maybe the working life just isn't for me. And you actually had a tweet about that.
Yeah, I said like you're getting signs. You were at least getting signs from the universe that like you are right now meant to be a stay-at-home son.
Yeah. Wait, what was my tweet? I feel like it was funny. And no, that's the other thing about Twitter too, is my tweets haven't been like performing like they used to, I feel.
Because they're all in that following tab, babe.
Yeah. Yeah. Dogs. Oh, this was the other fucking thing that really pissed me off. Got in my crawl.
Oh boy.
My mom set me up with this dog sitting gig. This lady was just not texting me back. My mom sent me all these dates to be like, oh, this is when she needs her dog watch, because she was conferring with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Woman, like gets back to me and is like asking me more questions. And one of them was supposed to start like tomorrow or something, like sometime like the 26th of April or something. And literally I wake up, it was either on like Friday or Saturday. And she's like, hey, yeah, sorry, there's just way too much stuff up in the air. I have it covered for my first trip. And her first trip was like 8 days that I could have been watching her dog and getting money.
Oh my God.
And it was like her longest trip of like the whole summer of dates she gave me. And I could have like made some actual money this like in like soon. And then she was just like, I have it covered. I won't need your help for this time, but we'll talk more about it. And I was like, girl,
Please.
keep it,
Please.
honestly.
Young man. Oh, jeez. And you need to let your bill collectors, your utility workers know that you don't have the income coming in anymore. Oh my goodness. Yes. Your bills has
Oh my
young
goodness.
man.
Your bills has been
Your
affected, young
biz
man.
has been. You need to let your bill collectors know you don't have the income coming
You
in
don't have
anymore.
the income coming in anymore. That's really me.
So let's go. We'll talk to your banker. They're
Yeah.
closed.
They're closed.
That's terrible. I am a lucky girl in that when my mom goes on her trips, she does pay for my groceries when she leaves. Because as I live with her now, she does not do that.
Well, your mom doesn't eat, so
Yeah, why would she pay for something she doesn't consume?
Why would she buy groceries if she's not eating
Gonna
the
eat them.
groceries? Yeah.
Exactly. She just Amazon primes her dog food and
Yes, her one
that's
meal
it.
a day.
Her one meal a day, lean cuisine, babe. Can't buy
Not
those in
not the
stores.
one meal a day being legal.
Yeah. You have to fill out like a government grant to get them. It's crazy. Anyway. And you know where they're sourced? New Jersey. Alrighty.
The plant's right next to Becca and I's house. There's actually a toxic waste spill last year.
But guys, they're hiring, guys.
Yeah, but we got a big settlement.
Yeah, we're lucky.
My neck does twitch sometimes in a really weird way, and I have to stop what I'm doing
and our CO2 detectors won't stop going off. I think the batteries are dead.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
Yeah, it has to be. Okay. Anyway, no job.
No job, no prospect. What? No job. Some prospect.
But are you scared?
I don't know, because something about me is I'm like ready to fucking hustle. That's the other thing that's frustrating about it. Like I'm ready to hustle.
Right, you're a hard worker.
I'm ready to have 3 jobs this summer because I have like an idea of what I want to do in mind, and I know I need like it would be nice to have as much money as possible to do that thing.
Right.
But the world isn't meeting me and trying to make as much money as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the fuck of it all.
Right. Of course.
So, but I don't know. But we're feeling good. Today was a good day. We're not going to dwell in the negativity. That was not a part of my New Year's plan. It's not on the vision board.
It is fine. It's all
We're
going to be
not
good.
dwelling on the negativity. We had a good day today.
Yes. Good.
I actually woke up and was moving by 7 a.m. Isn't that crazy?
That is awesome. Me as well.
Becca and I were texting very early this morning. I took note of that.
Yeah, I know. I did notice you were up actually because I was at work unpacking the boxes.
You say, what's this chicken doing on my phone?
Oh my God, I can't believe she is up so early.
What's she doing with her unemployed self?
You're unemployed. Go to bed.
Go to bed. Get to bed. Sleep, girl.
You're crazy.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So, do we have anything else to update the public on, Becca?
No.
Great.
Do you? Perfect.
No, I really said nothing's going on, really. And then I proceeded to talk for a good 20 minutes about things that are going on. And that's why I'm good at job interviews, guys. I can just say things. Bird
It's
saying
all about
anything meme.
perspective.
That's
it's
me.
all about
I can. It's like when people say they don't have an opinion on something. I'm like, I can't imagine that actually.
because I can conjure one up.
I can conjure one it.
Trust me on that.
Anyway, so we're gonna take a little bit of a skosh of a break, and then we will be right back to learn why Becca is in a city with a murder rate of 80% per day.
Guys, I'm scared.
Oh my god, stop. Stop, that scared me.
That's what being in love sounds like.
Well, it's almost like being in love. Oh, that's not good. That was
so
my
this is love.
that was my classical piece when I was in voice lessons.
Oh wow.
Almost like being in love from Brigadoon.
Nice.
It was actually, fun fact, first song I sang in front of Kelly Trumbull.
Oh my god, and she fell in love with you right then and there.
She actually did. I do have to say, it was at that joint audition. It was at the fall auditions, like fall semester when they did Wolves and Ordinary Days auditions.
Oh, a classic.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And Kelly was there. And I was like, let me do something.
Were you not in anything that semester then?
No, I was in Dr. Faust's Lights.
What was the auditions for that were separate?
Yeah, because Chris was in Japan at the time.
Of course.
Typical. Whatever he does every year.
Of course.
I did get a call back for Ordinary Days too, but I didn't book. So.
Yeah, I got a call back for the Wolves. Didn't book.
Damn.
It's okay.
Both of us. It was both our fate. I did eventually book, but
right. Me, not so much.
I played a
that
dog.
year.
I played a dog in one of my most iconic roles.
A dog. It's true. It's true. That's how I first met you.
Literally. I'm a dog.
I didn't meet at all though. I just saw you. Anywho, so guys, today we are talking about crutches. And it's so exciting because I'm a big fan.
You're joking.
Wait, what?
Was that it the whole time? The whole time?
What did you think this episode is about? Wait, what's this episode about?
Oh, it's about crutches.
Quinn, you're supposed to fight me.
Oh, sorry. Can we go back?
Yeah.
Can we go back? Okay. Are we gonna take it from your line?
Yeah, from my line.
Okay, whenever you're ready. Whatever.
Wait, what did you think this episode was about?
I thought it was about crushes, you bitch.
Quinn, I thought it was about crutches. You bitch. Yes, it was worth it.
What is this episode, guys? There are certain episodes Becca and I get in the stew and we're just silly. We just
it's
get
just
silly.
The goof off.
We just get goofy.
Who can be most goofy percent per day?
Who can have the highest goofy rate?
In the city of Chicago. Yeah. So
we rate 100% because nothing I say isn't a little goofy.
Exactly. Even when I'm deathly serious, I'm so goofy about it.
Literally, I can't be serious about a thing. It's a problem
anyway,
sometimes.
Yeah. So I've heard from others, but so we are actually talking about crushes today because, well, as you maybe heard last episode in our readings, me and Quinn are interested in the prospect of love.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know crushes play a huge role in my life.
They do for you. You are ruled by crushes.
They mean so much to me, and I'm really excited to talk about sort of the idea of a crush. So Quinn, I'm dying to know what does having a crush mean to you? Like, what do you define as a crush? How do you know you have a crush? That type of thing.
I don't know. It's interesting, right? Because it was one of the I forget how this came up, but I think when we were at that board game bar, I said like how many crushes have I had in my life?
Right.
And I was asking everybody to give me a figure, and you actually came the closest. with the number 4.
Right. Okay.
Because I think like in terms of like serious crushes, I think I've had like 3.
Okay.
Like where I was like down bad,
Uh-huh.
cataclysmic even.
Yeah.
Like that's 3 people. But in terms of like a little like there's like a little like baby crush, you know.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Like a little like, oh, I like being
Like
around
that
this
would be
person.
cute.
I
Yeah.
get like not even friend crushes and that like I want to be people's friends, but when I first like meet people, I become a little obsessed with them.
I get that.
And I have like a obsessive kind of quality with them that is kind of like a crush, not unlike a crush. It used to be
Right.
stronger in high school. Do you ever realize that like all your emotions used to be stronger?
I do feel that.
Yeah. And that was something I was
And
also thinking about.
I feel like it's because my world was smaller.
That's a good way
So I felt
to,
everything more deeply because it was
yeah.
like right in front of me.
Oh my God, I can't wait for you to read this thing I've been working on. Anyway.
Ooh, okay.
But
Okay.
so what was I about to say? But it's like interesting, right? Because I haven't had like a crush. Like I haven't had a proper crush in like 4 years or something, I feel. Like one where I was truly feeling like giddy, like around a person. Like when you're kind of
Wow.
like when you're around someone and you're like,
Yeah.
um,
Aw.
like I haven't had that in a really long time. I had like a little bit of like a longer term crush. Maybe we should like define like phases or something. Like there's like a phase 1 crush where it's just like, oh, I like spending time around that person.
Yeah.
And like I
Baby
might like flirt
crush.
with them to be funny, you know. And then like a
Okay.
stage 2, you're like, okay, I'm actually kind of like interested in this person, like maybe. And then like stage 3, maybe like down bad is kind of what I'm feeling.
So you only have crushes that you're like actually interacting with? Because I have crushes on people that I don't talk to.
What do you mean by interacting? Like don't talk to, like just people you like know?
People you know or people you see.
Hmm. Well, yeah,
Like,
I
I
feel
don't
like I'm
know,
like I don't
a
know. It kind of
waiter.
just depends on what you mean by like crush, you know, because it's like I can see somebody and be like, oh my God,
Yeah. I would define that as like
lust at first
if
sight. No,
I'm
sometimes I experience lust at first sight. Like I would like to
well, yeah.
jump their
But
bones
then
right now.
in my brain, I'm like, okay, like certified hottie, like potential, like have a little bit of a crush on them.
Yeah.
Because if for any second I'm having a delusion about how they would fit into my life, that's a crush to
Okay.
me. Yeah.
That's a good barometer.
Thank you.
Yeah. I would say for me, like I think of it in like phases. Like I have had like I had like a work crush last year that was kind of like I was like I like spending time around them and I kind of liked like flirting with them a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but like not and I wouldn't like be like, oh, I wasn't actively like, oh, I want to like be with that person.
Right.
And then the stage 2 you're getting a little bit into. I had a little bit of a stage 2 crush also last year, but um famously they had a significant other.
Unfortunately.
And I have had a stage 3 crush on somebody with a significant other, and I was not very respectful, we'll say.
Hmm. It came to that. Yeah.
I was what's called home wrecking.
As I say.
I was a little bit of a I was in my home wrecker era, but that was in high school, so I think like everything doesn't count really.
Yeah.
But you so yeah, I didn't want to like I think maybe the stage 2 could have been a stage 3 if I had felt like it was like actually available. But like part of
Right.
the thing is maybe I'm a little pragmatic in my head. Like maybe I'm a little too pragmatic when it comes to this stuff because I'm like if it's truly like, oh, I don't know, then like or no, if it's like I can't if there's no chance, I like won't let myself go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of
And
it.
I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. No, yeah, but there's definitely like lustful people, but I think it's with like the nature of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like I think part of the thing that's like so makes us all believe like internally that we're all so ugly to ourselves is because we are living in a time in human history when you are just exposed to so many beautiful people
Yeah.
just literally like existing. Like I open Instagram on my explore page, and because my algorithm knows how to get my sensory, my like hippocampus or whatever going,
Mm-hmm.
like there's just one of the hottest people I've ever seen just sitting in my phone. And I was like, oh, so that's another thing for people to look like that I actually don't look like.
Right.
And so
Raising the ball for us all and
yeah,
doing
raising the
it
bar for us
constant.
all.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
I think that's kind of one of the hard things about like living in this age. And so I don't know.
Yeah. No, okay, so I see what you're
What do
saying.
you you can I'm opening the floor for you to talk more about your crushes now.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I'm into platforming women's voices.
All right, thank you. Basically, I have crushes every day all the time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I have like my baby ones. But it at the end of the day, like I'm a delusional woman.
I
And
would say that as
so
well.
thank you. Um, and so it's so easy for me to see someone or like talk to someone like a few times or really not know them that well and start to be like, oh, so like their mom would really like me, and I feel like
Oh my
we would
God.
have this certain, yes, like I'm crazy in that way
Wow.
in my imagination. Now, it's not anything that I would project onto the person. It's truly just like a thing happening in my brain.
Yeah.
And if I do that, I'm like, okay, crush, like boom. I do have also really like obsessive crushes that last a long time. Famously, that one guy who ended up like proposing to me. But I'm being serious. Do you remember?
Wait, no, what was it?
Oh
Wait,
my
it kind of
God.
sounds familiar.
Um, the bleep this out, okay?
Okay.
The from
Wait,
Pitt.
no, I don't know about this, I don't think.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I was obsessed with him for like 2 years because I met him in class, in a theater class. And his dad is famous in South Africa, and his dad met Karen, and his dad came to a New Brain show
Oh
rehearsal,
my
sorry. So I
God.
was there too because I was the succeeding designer.
He came to a rehearsal?
Yes.
Oh my God. How do you even get in? I thought those were closed.
He came with Karen.
Oh, so I shared space with him?
Yes, and so did I. I was right behind him.
Wait, his dad or him?
His dad.
That's interesting.
And yeah, so he needed a visa. So he did.
Oh, I do remember this part now. I
Okay, yeah.
do remember this part.
Yeah, but then he had a girlfriend actually,
Ugh,
who
hate it.
he just married. But they got married in South Africa. What the
Oh.
hell? So she got a South African visa.
I don't think it's where you get married.
Come on now.
I don't think that's quite.
Come on
We'll
now.
leave
But
it. We'll leave it for now.
I think they are living there though. It doesn't seem like,
Good
yeah,
for them.
anyway. Yeah. Okay,
Well,
so
that was
well, so so
so
yeah, some of
Becca
my
has been
crushes
proposed
can
to professionally.
it's true. Um so yeah, I mean, some of my crushes can be all consuming.
Mm-hmm.
Um like I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I haven't had a really fun like bubbly crush in a while where it
Mm-hmm.
just feels like natural and you
No, where I'm
actually
like
like
kicking my feet, like
yeah, and you like really like the person, not just the idea of them.
yeah.
Like I crave this is what I crave.
I do also want to go back and say I don't want to make you feel fully crazy for like being like, oh, I bet your mom would like me. Because I also do the same thing where I start to imagine like, oh, well, like we could wake up on like a Saturday morning and just like go about our business. And I'm like, they're literally just like a Starbucks barista. I can't even read their name tag from where I'm sitting.
No, exactly. Yeah. That's what happens to me, and it happens so easily. And so that's what I define as a crush is when I start doing that.
And something about me, if I'm in public, I'm rubbernecking. Like I am like,
Yes.
if I think you are
love people
attractive,
watch.
I am stealing glances is the thing.
They are mine.
Literally.
Yep.
Although, do you ever get into like, because we are like younger, Becca and I are, I would say.
Sure.
Do you ever like look at somebody, especially when you're not, because we were on a college campus, so we were kind of like spoiled because we could like kind of assume everyone's age.
Yeah.
Do you ever like look at somebody and be like, are they
Old enough?
underage? Like,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. One time, and this was really scary. I had plans actually to meet up with someone that I met on a dating app. And then she texted me the day before and was like, I do want to let you know, actually, and this is when I was 19, but she was like, I just want to let you know that I am 17, but I turned 18 in like 2 months.
Whoop,
and I was like, so
whoop,
no, I can't.
whoop.
And I said, I said, I can't believe you almost let me James Charles you. James Charles you. And never said another thing to her.
Yeah.
But guys, you can't be doing that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a fluid thing having a crush, but like I need like a like I just want to feel something in my life.
Yeah, it's so fun to have a crush. Oh my God, it's so fun.
No, but you're so right about it being like your feelings get smaller as you like gain more perspective.
Yeah.
I wrote this really sad thing in my journal one time about like I had an epiphany because as what's a standless entrant but swimming in the ocean?
Right.
And I like one day I was at the beach and I was like, it was recently, it was like within the last year, and I was like, the waves used to seem so much bigger. Like, what happened? Like, is there a weather pattern? Like, were the waves like did they used to be bigger? And then I was like, no, it's me that changed.
Yeah.
I became a big gigantic person.
A real adult.
And the waves have always been the size, probably.
Yeah. No, it is crazy to realize things like that.
What's the I Feel You Christmas? Has Christmas changed or is it me? Like that kind of deal.
Where are you, Christmas?
My world is changing. Mariah Carey written song. It's true. So yeah, I do think you're onto something when you say that.
Thank you.
Wait, this is a fun question, kind of flipping that I came up with on the fly.
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you, other than the man who proposed to you, obviously, has anyone ever told you they have a crush on you?
Oh my God. Like outright just told me.
Yes.
No. Wait. Well, like little like kid stuff or like family friends when I was younger.
Cousins.
Whoop. Whoop. at least in the state of Pennsylvania, darling. Whoop. Whoop. And then I mean I've like heard from other people like, oh, they like you. They like you. But outright to my face, like someone, no, like recently, no.
Yeah.
Have you someone proclaimed their love for you?
Only once.
Okay.
Only once. My ex-boyfriend, but
Oh, okay. The person you wound up dating. Okay. I guess that's natural that there has to be like a
because there was that whole Shakespearean drama thing going on where I told them that I liked them, and then they were like, no, thank you. And I was like, okay, I'm done this time. And then I moved on with my life. And then a week later they were like, okay, so I actually like you is the thing. And I was like,
yeah.
Of course you do. You're obsessed with me.
I knew this a week ago.
I've known this for months, years even. But yeah, so I don't know. But that was like, but my ex, fun thing you brought up about my ex, because literally every person I had ever come into contact with ever in high school had a crush on my ex, is the thing.
Oh,
like
that's
before,
funny.
during, after we were dating. Well, I don't know that much after, but like, before and during we were dating, like and there was that time. Whoop whoop. Stop talking about the ex for a second, because there was that one time where I did youth and government with this one kid, and like we knew each other casually.
Sure.
And then it was sometime in college, and I was about to go to bed, and I saw that I had an Instagram message, and I was like, what is going on? And I saw it was from him, and I was like, what would he message me about on Instagram? I opened the message. Dick and cock in the inbox.
At my birthday dinner?
In my Instagram DMs. Like
Oh my
sucking dick and
God.
cock. Like,
Time and place.
like, oh my God.
Time and place.
Time and place. And I was like, "Ugh!" And it was guys. This member was prodigious. Let's just say that.
Whoa.
At the time, I was like, oh, I would be in the hospital actually if I tried to do something with that.
Whoa.
It was big, guys. It was, and I'm not, I have thoughts on size and stuff, but I'm just being empirical. I'm not saying whether it was a good or bad thing that was big. I'm just saying it was huge is the thing.
Oh my God.
And I was like, ugh. And it was that first time because like you're a woman, so I assume that's happened to you like so many times is the thing.
Thousands of times, yeah.
And so me as someone who's not a woman,
Right.
it was a very novel experience for me. And I was like, oh,
It's shocking, right?
it's so shocking. It was, guys, it was so big is the thing. Like I can't describe it to you.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, whoa. And he was like, yeah, I kind of always had a crush on you. And I was like,
That's how you went about it.
yeah. And that's where, because I opened it and it was like, it might have been like, it was anywhere from like 11 to 2 a.m. But anyway, guys, I was really about to go to bed and I just checked this out of like the kindness of my heart. And then I was like, I truly was like, I don't even know what to say to this. I can't respond to this right now. So I just fully left it unopened until the morning.
Fair enough.
And then in the morning, he had unsent the dick pics. And it was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was drunk last night. But then he was like still trying to like
proceed with the
yes, yeah, he
crush.
was still fully trying to get in with it.
I gotcha.
And I had to be like, well, I'm like in and out of the state a lot for like school, so I don't know. I didn't want to like say no because honestly, I was not attracted to them really to like begin with, and then they had like done something so bold and brazen,
right?
And
lowest the points.
Yeah, and then so I was kind of like, oh, and then so yeah, but it had to. But anyway. No, but anyway, back to my ex. Everybody had a crush on them ever in high school. Like everybody.
That's kind of really exciting to know that
boys,
like
girls.
You were the chosen one then.
Well, one of them. Let's just say.
Right.
They got around.
Right.
But yeah, I was at one point. He chose me. He don't want you. Nanny, boo, boo.
He chose me. Pick me. Choose me.
Love me.
Love me. That's kind of how I felt when I was going on dates with because like everyone has a crush on them. Your ex-boyfriend's name?
Oh yeah. Wait, you went on like formal dates with them?
Yes.
Oh,
I was getting points in the game, babe.
You did.
Yeah,
you
did.
Where was he in the rankings? Anyway, that's for a little bit later. We have some things to talk about before we talk about
that. Put a pin in it, guys.
Put a pin. See, I'm putting a pin in it. But
okay. Quinn, who was like your first crush?
I have two answers. So,
of course,
I did have a girlfriend in preschool.
Wow.
Her name was Sophia. And she was actually my first kiss. We kissed in preschool.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So I assume I had a crush on her, but guys, I was ain't shit in preschool apparently because we like started dating. Like we kissed and we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day I walk in and she like ran like right up to me and was like talking to me. And I was like, I feel smothered is the thing. And so I just broke up with her. Right?
It's so easy to
Silent scene.
do. Exactly.
That was kind of no. I was like, ain't shit, but like also that's kind of baller. I just said no immediately. No,
Shut it down.
shut it
No,
down.
it's crazy how like relationships at that time period work. Because I remember my boyfriend in middle school.
Mhm.
I broke up. I remember I was like, I just don't feel like dating you anymore. I have no reason to break up with you, but I'm just gonna do it.
Head
And then
out,
I
hit the road,
did.
Jack.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I guess she was kind of early, but my first crush, I remember it was this girl named Lydia who I met in the first grade.
Okay.
And I kind of had a crush on her until like 8th grade, like until like
Whoa.
middle school. Like I was like kind of because we went to the same like middle school and elementary school, and you know how at that stage you like traipse in and out of each other's lives, kind of based on like what
Yeah.
classes you're in. It was very
Yeah.
much that kind of situation.
Okay. Interesting.
Um, but yeah, I had a I had a big crush on her.
Did you have like celeb crushes at like your first celeb crush that I
Well,
think we've talked about High School Musical.
I've gone on the record of this
Yeah.
podcast saying Zac Efron in High School Musical was my sexual awakening.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's like different from them, like a crush. Who was like a crush? I don't. Who was like a celebrity crush as like what I'm getting when it was like women. I don't know. I think I pretended to like Sofia Vergara for a bit.
Sure.
Did like a whole moment, which like I don't even doubt my taste. Like I think that's an amazing thing I said.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And I don't know. I don't know if I haven't had I think it's like the nature of sexuality and stuff I didn't start having, even though I felt like comfortable with my sexuality early, but I didn't start having like celebrity crushes. Oh, you know who I had a huge crush on?
Who?
There was a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race season 7 named Pearl.
Okay.
And she still is. She just looks a lot different than she did on the show. She's like hot in a
Mm-hmm.
very different way now. But she was like
Gotcha.
so hot on the show, like alt twink stoner. Like I was just like, she was so cute. And I was obsessed with her.
The It
I like wanted her to
Factor.
win basically because I thought she was hot out of drag. Um
I get that.
and yeah. And now, of course, we have this whole conversation about crushes and stuff has been really disrespectful to my boyfriend, Mr. Kit, who, you know, his show's coming
Yeah.
back. He's having a good couple days. I talked to him
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, and so
Yeah. No, I'm sure he's so busy, but like it's so nice. He makes
yeah,
so much
yeah.
time
But
for
he always
you.
listens to the pod. He always listens to the pod is the thing. He's texting me every week, being like, "Oh my god, the Empress! I knew that would be the one."
Exactly.
But yeah. So obviously that's going on, and
Of course.
and then of course we just talked about it on the last week's episode too. Jonathan Groff has been a long-term crush in my life.
Which I totally understand as well.
I think there was something so sexual to me about, like, there was something so sexy to me about the Glee Bohemian Rhapsody performance, but I just I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of it, you know?
Right.
Same as
At the
like
time.
Zac Efron. Like I couldn't understand why I was so connected to it.
Yeah. And now looking back,
Yeah. And
it's so
also,
clear.
yeah, Grant Gustin, who plays Sebastian Smythe on Glee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Till the warbler's bird dies. Like, which is funny because I see him all the time in that meme because he is the guy in that meme squatting next to the tombstone going like this with the peace sign. Do you know that meme?
Oh my god, yeah.
That's him in that meme.
That's him.
That's him. Oh my god, you're hurt.
Why you have scissors in your hand?
Oh, sorry guys, I like mess with things while I'm sitting here.
It's just funny because at one moment you just fully didn't have them in your hand and then you did.
Or have I?
Okay. Anyway. Well, those are some good choices.
Yeah, so Becca, who was your first crush, if I may ask?
I remember having a crush on, well, of course, Troy Bolton and
Gabrielle
Gabriella and
Montez.
yeah, in High School Musical 1 through 3. And and I do remember having a little bit of a crush on this girl I went to daycare with. And
Uh-huh.
also this boy I went to school with in like elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't, it was an interesting thing, and sometimes I still battle with this. I couldn't tell if I wanted to be like I wanted to be this girl because I thought she was cool, or if I wanted to date her.
That's a big thing with queer people. It's like and that's why I think that's like part of the phenomenon of why so many queer people date people who look like them.
Yeah, because it's like I think I like you, but do
It's
I
this
like you because
weird
you're me?
separation of like, do I want to be you or do I want to be with you?
Yeah.
Um,
So they're just like bofa.
and now I also find that intimidating, a thing that keeps me from like actually talking to people. It's like, oh, well,
I don't know how I feel about. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Um,
beginning
but yeah,
that
that is an
young.
interesting phenomenon.
Yeah. Um, and then, everything was up from there. I was obsessed with Selena Gomez as well.
Hmm.
Where's the Waverly Place? Such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah, those were the main ones when I was younger.
Hmm. Alex Russo,
So
Haley Kiyoko. What was her name?
yeah, Stevie.
Was she a fellow witch or what was going on with her? I forget her
She w
storyline.
she
Or was
was
she
a
a muggle?
wizard, but she was kind of like nefarious. So she had her powers like
Um, taken
kind of taken
away.
away sometimes. Yeah.
She's a lesbian.
Yes, that's why.
She had that gay ass haircut too on the neck. Like we were all supposed to believe that that was just, regular,
Yeah, right.
regular
That she
schmegular
was just
girl.
normal.
That she was normal and not some break.
Some gay freak.
10,
Anyway.
10 all in a line. Guys, go stream For the Girls by Kaylee Kiyoko. Summer's for the girls. Girls like girls.
It makes me just want to like toss my hair and be crazy.
Literally.
All right. Well,
But wait, okay, so one more question because I think the next thing we have on our docket is
is
getting
the
into
big
some
one.
real Quinn and Becca lore here.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we established this podcast really to tell about this. And even now
Literally
we can't tell about it fully, but maybe
the
one
full
day.
thing. Yeah.
But so and it's not that other thing we can't tell you guys about, but we also might be talking about that soon. So just stay tuned.
Of course.
So if I asked you using my like metrics, do you remember when I said like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 crush?
Yeah.
How many phase 3 crushes would you say you've had in your lifetime?
Good question. Probably between 5 and 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a little more advanced than me.
Yeah. If not between 10 and 20.
So if it's not between 10 and 20, then it's definitely so it's over 5. It's like that equation. It's definitely more than 5,
Yeah.
but it's less than 20.
So actually, let me say between 7 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I can sleep good tonight then.
I can, yeah. Yeah.
Trust me. Trust me on
And
that.
where do I fall in the order chronologically, would you say?
Number 1.
Okay. Work.
Yeah.
Work.
And me to you?
I would say number 1 too.
Thank you. Don't lie.
Don't.
Don't lie.
I heard you about to lie to get a
Don't
rise
lie.
out of me. Okay, so now we have
I'm
to talk about it.
looking.
We're
Yeah.
addressing the issue.
It's time. And I'm
Who you
looking.
definitely came up with this.
Yes, I will tell you exactly what
You
happened.
came up with it and I gamified it because and you know where it happened? Stanless Entrant, the quarter of
Yes, that is 1,000% where it happened.
Bates and what's that street called?
Oakland.
Oakland and Bates, corner of Oakland and Bates, where Becca and I would
Yeah.
stand and have 2-hour conversations late at night.
Yeah. It literally between the hours of 11 and 2 a.m.
Literally.
I'm literally looking for
I have mine
'cause
in Becca Crush Game.
you do the note.
I do have the oh, and I do have the.
The points.
I don't think I have the points. I don't remember how many points I had, but I also have something else written in here that I have no idea what it is. I might have used your note to write down something else in a pinch.
Sure, sometimes that happens.
I forget who my
Oh,
crushes even were. Actually, I know 4 of them. Who was the
I
fifth?
have
Oh, we both
all of
had the
yours.
waiter.
Yeah. I found the note with all of yours on it. I'm looking
I remember all
for
my crushes now. So anyway,
I updated mine so many different times. Oh
you
my
were telling
God.
you would text me being like, this person's out, this person's
Yeah.
in.
I had to make a lot of because
Because Becca's
okay.
people kept anyway,
Well,
we
let
get
me
so let's start at the
establish
beginning. That's a
first.
very good
All
place to
right.
start,
This
usually.
all started with I saw a TikTok with the woman, whoever made the TikTok. When I find you, I'm gonna sue you because the emotional damage you have been responsible
Oh, it's
for
gonna be
because
a
of this.
large check I'm gonna get.
Oh my God. Years of
Oh, it's
therapy
gonna
I've
be a
had to pay
large
for.
check.
It's gonna be really bad for you.
Bettertalk.com is where I
Exactly. So, yeah, so what happened was, she was like, all right, this is all, stop, don't scroll. This is all for my single people who want to make dating feel more fun, blah, 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 blah. This is like the way to change your life. So she introduces and pitches this thing called the 5 crush method. And her whole thing about it is that you, as a human person, procure 5 crushes and you have to have exactly 5. Now, these are people that you kind of just see around that are, coworker, like, you want like a nice range of them maybe from different areas of your life. But you need exactly 5 because it's enough people to like not put so much pressure on one of them. And then it will also, but it's not too many people where you're like, it's overwhelming and you feel like you're not interested then in the people.
Yeah.
So 5 was supposed to be the perfect number. And so you would just kind of like pursue all of these like casual relationships, nothing too serious, until like you actually maybe something takes off with one of them.
Yeah.
So Quinn and I are like, okay, let's go.
Becca approaches me and says, I want to do this with you. And I say,
Yes.
well, yeah.
How high? Exactly.
She said, jump. And I said, to where?
How high? Where to where? Into what?
So then Becca brings me this idea. And something I'm good at, like one of my hidden talents is I can gamify anything.
Yeah.
I think it's because I spent a long time in my life watching reality competition television shows. I know how to gamify things. Like I know how to add points to things. Like I know
Oh yeah.
I know a whole list. So then we were like, so I was like, Becca, what if we rank them?
Yeah.
And guys, this was the early MPJ because we didn't rank our own. We ranked them for each other. We had to come up with who we
Yes.
thought was most likely to happen, like things
Yes,
were going to
it's
happen
true.
with. And
Yeah.
so then we never wrote down what all the point values because we weren't taking it like that seriously, but we were like, oh, like a kiss is like 5 points
Right.
or something. But then it would be multiplied by the amount like wherever they were on your list. So like if they were
Yeah.
number 1, you would get 5 times 5 points.
Yes.
So that would be like 25 points. But if you kiss like the person who's low on the list, like you get kind of penalized because you put them low, but they ended up kissing.
So you don't get so many points.
Yeah.
It's
And
honestly so smart.
And like we never like kept track. There was never like a leaderboard.
I had a piece of paper, like a physical piece of
Of
paper,
course
but
you did. Of course you did.
because I did need to keep track, but I don't know what happened to it or if I updated it.
Yeah, because Becca would text me and be like, oh, got a point. Oh, got a point. Oh, got a
Yeah.
point. And I'd be like,
You got some points.
did I?
Yeah. You kissed some of your crushes.
Oh, not in like a real way though.
Okay, but still, it happened.
Still, I got the point.
Yeah. I got the
But
damn point.
yeah. So in terms of mine, I'll give some little descriptors. One was a friend. most famous, who I most famously always have a crush on, a friend.
Right.
And like a close friend, like like I will only have a crush on you if like it would fuck up my life if like we got together and then broke up subsequently, like for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way I'll truly be attracted to you. And then,
the unavailability of it.
yes,
Literally.
yeah, I'm attracted to
Yeah.
something about that, and that's my
Yeah.
illness, guys. Class crush. Hope they're doing well.
Of course.
Hope they're doing so well is the thing. Although somebody told me, and then like halfway through the semester, somebody was like, "Oh, I know that person. I think they're ace." And I was like, "Well, that does not do me much good, in the most respectful way possible." And then there was somebody who I knew who I had a little crush on. And then I got coffee with them over last summer, and we had been sitting at coffee for like an hour, and they were like, "Oh, well, my partner." And then suddenly I
Evil.
was out the game. And then Becca and I shared a person.
Yeah.
On both our lists, this really hot waiter.
Who I still think about sometimes.
Me too, late at night.
It's just terrible.
And which one am I? Oh, and then my work crush.
Right.
Work crush. Oh, and I did kiss work crush, but it was that night I sprained my ankle.
What a big one.
Really bad. And I exploited my sprained ankle to get that kiss.
As you should. And you're entitled to do as an American.
Literally. So that was our crush game, and we didn't tell anybody else about it. Really, we kind of kept it on lock.
Yeah, Macy knew about it. She was kind of playing against you, I guess, because she was getting points as well.
Oh yeah, Macy was in on it. None of our theater friends knew because our theater friends were implicated in the game like a good bit.
Yeah,
but I think my work friends might have known about it a little bit.
Dude. I mean, yeah, we can't really talk about it, but just know like it could not have gone worse.
Oh my God, for Becca especially, my crushes were all like, I just did the famous thing where I do like one of my famous moves where it's just I'll say I have a crush on somebody and then I will not do anything about it ever. I have two modes when it comes to a crush. I'm either way too forward or I'm not doing anything at all. Like I have an all or nothing response. Like
yeah.
it's
I'm trying to be more normal and in the middle about it.
Yes, yeah. It's something I struggle with so much normally.
It's so hard.
It's so hard to be normal. But one time my friend Caroline, or a couple times she said this about me, she's like, one thing I respect about you shoot your shot. And that was very me in high school. I was very like shoot my shot.
And that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think can get you places.
You have a girlfriend? I don't care. I'll tell you I like you.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Whoa.
Who is that girl to me?
But she got what she wanted though.
Literally.
Yeah.
Still standard titties though. What were we talking about? The crush game.
Yeah. Yours was more of like a just like meander thing where like nothing just really happened.
Becca was trying. Becca was like,
I was trying, and it was like the most terrible, cruel twists of fate. Yes, it was like Shakespeare was writing this.
Yeah, no, people kept like, it was like 1 week Becca would be like closing in on like maybe going on a date with somebody, like top of the list. Boom. Next week they have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Boom.
Another person on the list. We're like, oh, we see them out. Oh, who's that with them? Partner. Boom. Boom. Don't know the waiter's name. Boom.
Gets told I look like his girlfriend.
Boom.
Boom. Devastating blow.
No, Becca
someone gets a girlfriend who has the same name as one of the other crushes. It's just cruel twists of fate left and right. Let me, or should I chat you? Should I chat? Should I chat function you?
Chat function me real quick.
Okay. Or wait, just edit. Let me create work for you. His girlfriend's name is
oh my God, same first and middle name.
Oh yeah.
Homicide. Double homicide, actually.
It's like
boom, boom.
That's what I'm saying. The only way to describe it is cruel twists of fate.
No, Becca went through hell, guys, is the thing. I was kind of busy with my studies at this time, and
And my love life was crumbling.
Becca was going through
pieces.
Becca was going through it.
And then probably like one of the most, I don't know, like achievable prospects, I just decided it was like just too mid. It wasn't exciting enough.
One sec.
What?
We're adding bleeps. Say your
What?
was that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he got off because he was too mad.
It was to started dating someone that I talked to on Tinder over the summer. Guys. So don't do that.
Don't have
Do
crushes
not.
is what we're coming down on. What we're
Do
coming
not
down
have
on at the end
5
of the day
crushes.
is don't have a crush. Why would you do such a thing?
Yeah. At least don't have 5
Why-
of them.
Yeah, don't have 5 of them at the same
For
time
sure.
either. Well, actually, it kind of worked out fine for me. It was just kind of like,
Just know that you run the risk. Okay?
you run the risk.
Run the risk.
It's a high risk, high reward field we're in.
Suppose so. Suppose so.
Yeah, well,
Anywho.
do you have anything, any final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
I mean, it
we-
is really fun to have a crush. So
Literally,
like
and I want to have one so bad.
I know. Let's use this as a manifestation space
Mm-hmm.
that maybe we'll develop some crushes, and most importantly, those people will crush on us back.
Literally, that's
Because
half
that's
the
something that would
battle.
really change the game. Yeah.
Literally.
Wow.
No, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But I guess Beck and I are gonna take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be right back. Get back into this John with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm scared.
Oh, don't scare me, because when I get scared, I
You won.
Achoo!
Big winner, look under your chair. That's right. You've got a brand new. Hey, buddy. Why don't you sit down? This is Chris Hansen. I'm with Dateline NBC.
Oh my god.
I know you talked about liking a 17-year-old in your last segment. Anyway, guys. It's pretty
Okay.
funny.
So guys, this week we do have a comment corner, and sometimes the problem is us, is the thing.
What?
Because sometimes we're not searching high and low for things. And by high and low, I mean looking in our requests on Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
And I know I just told a treacherous story about Instagram DMs last, so maybe I have a little aversion to them as a concept.
Sure.
But we actually did find this message, and it was in response to when I was on the story because I got a People magazine like push to my phone, being like, oh, the Lululemon bag everyone's wearing just got announced in a bunch of new colors, and I posted that with the Yassing Chihuahua, but going like
Yeah.
the Naring Chihuahua, if you
Right.
will.
Yeah.
And then this woman, who apparently Becca knows, but I do not, Miss Miranda writes in and says, I love my belt bag though. Crying emoji.
And I mean, we said what we had to say on it.
Yeah,
we're not against the concept of a bag that does that purpose.
I 1,000%.
I understand. It's
I have one
convenient and
myself.
everything. Yeah, I have some fanny packs and such that I use in the same way.
Mm-hmm. The Lululemon Everywhere belt, though, is a psychic enemy to me because it's just everywhere, and
It
you
truly
can't,
is
guys.
everywhere.
We have whoever said black is a neutral. We need to like have a discussion about it because no, it's not. Is the thing.
It just we don't all have to get everything in it.
Yeah, having that bag be like black and you're just wearing like something where there's no black in the rest of your outfit. I think if you're gonna have black as a neutral, you have to have something to tie it in a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you have to have either a white or like even a black accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything like that. But some people are just wearing like, so it's always the black one. It's all I
Mhm.
will say, Valerie Davis, friend of the pod.
Yeah.
She let's say this. She was the first person I actually saw to ever have one, like over a year and a half ago at this point. She had one. Like she was a trendsetter when it comes
Trendsetter.
to that, Valerie. I
Yeah.
will give you that. And
1000%.
she had like a neon yellow one.
That's better.
And I was like, so at least this is a statement.
I like the furry ones a little bit.
They're furry ones.
There are furry ones, and they
See,
come
that's
in some
cunty. See, that's
colors.
getting into the
Yep.
realm of
Yeah.
cuntiness. Whenever there's fur on
Yes.
something, and the vegans are gonna hate us for saying it,
Mm.
it's getting into the realm of cuntiness.
Oh boy. Yeah.
We're starting to get a little cunty.
A fear. A fear.
So, Miranda, what I would say to you is you can continue to love your bag,
Mm-hmm.
and we will fight for your right to love your bag, I suppose. But we just it's not something
I'm just
I'm
never
into.
gonna buy
Let's just
one.
say that.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I do have a Lululemon backpack I love, but I bought it like years and years ago, like
I don't
6-7 years
have
ago.
anything Lululemon because as much as my mother's an almond mom, she is also a Ross mom.
Oh, Walmart mom.
Yeah,
There's a big
1,000%.
ass. There's like where is there a big ass Ross near me that I just like because like I've never been in a Ross.
It's where I got most of my homecoming dresses in high school.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are gonna understand more so of who I am as a person now.
It's a revealing fact.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
revealing fact you just put out there for the world.
Says a lot about my background, where I came from. Yep.
Surely. Modest. But Miranda, no matter what we think about that bag strapped across your chest, we do thank you for writing in.
We thank you, and we love
Yes,
you for that
we thank you so
specifically.
much.
Yeah.
And so now that we have that out of the way, now that we have talked to the public and we have appeased their interests, we now get into the jump scare of the week, and that is a moment in the week that filled us with just a little bit of fear. Made us make them do a double take, like, oh, what's going on? And so Becca, what was that moment for you this week? I must ask.
Yeah. So I've talked about how, the income not coming in is, well, even with the income coming in and my bills affected, it's just
You
a
have
lot
several
all at
jobs.
once. Yeah. So the income's coming in, but the bills are affected still.
Yeah.
And, a lot of things contribute to that. And I've also talked about how I recently have had to go to the eye doctor a lot lately. Just because they kept having to check my fucking eyes for whatever reason. And then they gave me wrong contacts.
Their income has been affected too, so they're like, we're gonna get this girl.
We're gonna get her.
You're funding the Simon Eye Associates.
Because at first they were like, oh, like your contacts, these trial contacts are too weak. Oh, now they're too strong. Oh. And then finally we get them right. And they're like,
Goldilocks behavior.
Literally. Dang, that is exactly what they did. So rude. Too big, too small, just right. And on the just right, Goldilocks got to leave the house for free, I think, if I do recall the story.
Mm-hmm.
This place wants $500 more for the actual contacts to be ordered.
Oh
Are you kidding me?
Are you damn
Are
kidding me?
you kidding me? And listen,
This would be a classy party.
that was an invitation I originally secured. What do I come to find out? But I have made my contacts from, it was a 6-month prescription that I got 2 years ago. So I do extend the life.
Mom coded.
I extend the life of my contacts, and I do wear them every day. So
Do you sleep with them in?
No.
Oh.
I take them out because they're supposed to last 2 weeks, and I last them about 3 months each.
Word.
But when you're clean and you're committed, you can do that. You have the power to do that.
I don't know anybody who does like
Sticks
the
to the
actual
limit,
recommended
yeah.
contacts thing.
Yeah, no. It's when contacts are that expensive.
Yeah.
We can't be doing that. Yeah.
Especially because you can't
So-
control like how your eyes. One of the
Literally.
dumb things about the world we live in, like you can't control how good your eyes see.
Exactly.
Like, why do you have to pay for it?
Yeah, and insurance for some reason is like No, vision doesn't actually count towards like something that you would need insured.
That's not health. That's vision.
Yeah. So, duh.
Health
So,
insurance is like, oh, you're
okay,
not dying tomorrow?
then we're good. Actually, our hands are
Yeah, I don't
clean.
think we have anything to. It's like how my travel insurance was like, oh, you didn't die while you were overseas and need to be repatriated.
We have
We
done our
we
part.
can't help you with anything like that.
We have done our part. Yeah, so basically my fear is just that I will like I'm gonna have to get contacts at some point, but I'm gonna try and explore some like black market options, honestly.
Good RX.
But, yeah, or something. Or
Dark
something.
web.
Dark the Mexican internet.
Oh.
I will go to.
No, literally. Go to
Something.
Thailand to buy my contact lenses.
Something. But yeah. Um, but Quinn, what
Mhm.
was your jump scare this week? I'm curious to know.
My jump scare this week is so I was alone in my house, much like Lady Gaga when she sang what's that song? Look What I Found in
Mm-hmm.
Star is Born when she sings I'm alone in my house. But anyway, so I was alone in my house because my dad
Yeah.
had left to go to the beach and my mother was in Florida. And I was like, okay. And so it was just me and my cat. Yeah,
Wow.
no, and Buster was also here. So it was me, my cat, and Buster. And so my cat likes to go outside. We let him outside. He's not
Mm-hmm.
like an outdoor cat, but he does like go outside and like hang out for a little time. But as we all, well, sometimes people don't know that I have a cat, but it is true. I do have a cat.
I know.
And I talked about his neurological disorder, right?
Yes.
He got a little bout of sick over the summer, let's just say.
Yeah.
And now his head is cocked to the side for what seems like forever.
Mm-hmm. Just part of him now. It's who
And
he
he's a little
is.
less graceful than he used to be. But you know, he's still kicking, his personality's back. And so he started going outside more and more. And so I used to have a lot of resistance to letting him outside because I was like, this spells trouble. Like when I was like a kid, we first started letting him outside. But then I don't know, I've slowly gotten more accustomed to it. And he doesn't really go anywhere. Like I think he just like hangs out around our front yard, honestly.
Good boy.
Sometimes he doesn't even leave the stoop.
Oh.
But
Stoop.
so anyway, so he's like yelling at me because my cat, for whatever reason, after his little neurological disorder, he's been squawking like a bird. And
Oh,
he'll
it changes
like,
personality, just like Phineas Gage.
no, who's that?
The guy who's working on the railroad all the live long day. And then that
Works
pipe went
on.
through his brain and it didn't kill him, but it just changed him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was like this pre-injury too. He's just always been very like, but it feels like I don't know. It feels more now in a way. I don't even
Okay.
know. But he's just he's just around and he like squawks at you. He's like, "Meow," like trying to like get you cajole you into doing something.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
Ominous
okay.
vibes. I like.
I'm like, go outside. And so he goes outside. And then I go through this night. And sometimes, especially since he's had his disorder, he'll like come in like kind of fast. Like he won't even spend like the night, much less like a couple hours out there. Like sometimes he'll just be back within an hour wanting to come in.
Mm.
And so I was like, I was just going about my business. I let him out around like 7 o'clock, we'll say. And then I went to bed around like 11 or something, or I was going upstairs to go to bed. And I like remember walking by the front door to be like, oh, is he there? And he wasn't there. And I was like, oh, that's weird, but I guess he's just gonna stay outside for the night. Um, and so I went to bed and then I woke up. I was going about my business in the morning. I got about like halfway through the morning when I realized I was like, oh my God, he wasn't at the door this morning.
Whoa.
Oh,
Not again.
the light
Not
behind me just
again.
turned on, but anyway. So he wasn't at the door the next morning, and I was like, oh, that's weird. That doesn't happen really. Like that's starting to get into like not normal territory.
Oh boy.
And I was like, oh no, what's going on? What's going on? And so then at that point I go out and I'm like, Roscoe, I'm like calling his name as if he ever responds to his name, really.
Right.
And I'm like, Roscoe, and I'm like not seeing him. And I'm like, what? And so anyway, he goes like, I don't see him. And then I go like literally throughout the rest of the day. And I'm like, oh my God, it's getting like worse and worse. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I don't see him.
Yeah, where's my
And
damn
so,
cat?
yeah. And so then I had him dead to rights. I was like, you know what? He had a good life.
Oh, dang.
I was like, he
The
had a good
mourning
life.
process.
I was going through the stages of grief. I was like, okay, well, it's fine. Because we did find him in a dumpster, famously, like clinging to his life when he was 7 weeks old.
So imagine how proud he would be.
So he's been living on borrowed time basically his entire life. So I
Yeah.
was like, we gave him, a good life. And so even if something bad happened to him, I was like, when I was driving outside, I was like looking on the roads. I was like, where is he?
Aw.
And so I was like, anyway. And so then I had to go pick up my mom at the airport, and then we drive back. And who is on freaking stoop when we get back? Literally
my
over 24 hours
God.
later. And I walk up and I go, where the hell have you been?
Oh, you smell just like
You smell just like
like
you got a cheap perfume all over you. And he could have another family. He could fully have another family.
Oh my God.
Because he
Living a
does not have
double
a
life.
collar. He fully looks like a feral cat. Like because he
Oh, I
famously had
see.
cauliflower ear as a kitten. So one of his ears is fully folded over and like wrinkly.
Oh,
He has that cocked ass head.
yeah.
And no collar. He
Oh
likes to
my
rub up
God.
on the water heater, so he has all these bald spots around him. Like he does look stray. Like he looks feral.
All
Is the
these
thing.
bald spots. Damn.
He looks feral
Okay.
is the thing, but he's ours. So
He calls this place home.
and he knew to come back.
Yeah.
And he was
The
like
stoop.
he was asking me to come. I think last night he was asking me to like go out. And I was like, no, I'm not letting you out. Or
Because we
no,
know
it
what
was
happened
it might have been
last time.
Sunday night. It might have been Sunday night because my dad was coming home and he was like yelling at me to like let him out. And I was like, no, your dad can let you out when he gets home. I'm going to bed.
Me, I'm sick of it. I'm sick
Because
of
me, I'm
it.
sick of it. It's not going to be on my conscience if you go out and decide to get hit by a car or something.
Yeah, you just
It's not going to be on my conscience.
Because I gotta sleep. I gotta rest easy at night.
I got to rest easy at night. And Becca had done told me that, I forget what she told me about sleeping easy, but oh, wait.
I don't know.
I forget. Guys, see how quickly things leave us out.
I don't remember actually.
But that was my jump scare.
Wow.
And so
That was
now
scary.
with that, we move into the light and we talk about a moment where we just felt like, ooh, that's when I'm not going. Except actually I am going now because I look so good. And it should cost $1 billion to look this good. And so Becker, what was that moment for you this week?
So actually, my manic pixie moment happened right before the recording of this podcast.
Oh my God, fresh off the presses.
Yeah. And that is me and my good friend Lauren took our first wine walk. It's true.
I've been meaning to do a wine walk.
Yeah, so we took some tumblers, filled them with wine, and then we walked around my neighborhood and sipped, chatted, and walked. And it was great exercise and great fun. And when you like just like chat with a friend and you're like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with you. I'm so glad you're my friend. Like it's so revitalizing to like
This is episode 49 of this podcast where that's what we do.
I know. I know. So I know you can relate.
I know you can relate.
I need you to say yes.
I need you to say yes. I'm like, no.
That does not happen to me. No, yeah. So I had that with Lauren very much so. And I just like the sun was setting. It was perfect weather. I love like something I'm so obsessed with right now because I used to like just want to go on my walk and not see anyone. Now I love passing people.
The neighbors, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with being like, hey, how you doing?
Oh my God, hi. No, there is such a thing to that because now when I don't, because Buddy went with my dad to the beach this weekend.
Okay.
And so he wasn't with me on the walk. So now when I don't have him on the walks, I feel kind of naked. And then also I'm like, what will the neighbors think? I don't have the dog all of a sudden.
Right.
And then this weekend when I was walking, one of my neighbors did stop me and goes, where's your dog? And I was like, he's at the beach for the weekend.
He's on a trip. On a
He's on a trip. He's flying first class up in the sky.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
GLAM.
But yeah, I do need to do a wine walk. I do need to find a better suited wine than like the dry reds I usually drink, because drinking a dry red wine and then going on a like while you're on a
Oh, the
walk,
sloshing. Yeah, no.
that would sound. I mean, maybe because it isn't like too hot yet, but if it was like 5 degrees warmer, that would be like you'd be having your own personal summer is the thing.
Yes. No, something like light. I
A
drank.
rosé,
Yes, that's what I drank, like a bubbly rosé, which was perf. My
sparkling
champagne will
wine.
be perfect on ice.
I do love a sparkling wine.
Yeah, me too.
If I ever
So
job at a winery, I'm kind of hoping they hit me back, because
that would be
it is one of my
awesome.
pipe dreams to be a sommelier.
Hot people work at yeah. No, I
Especially
feel
be one
like
of the people who like does wine tastings. Like I would love that.
no, that'd be awesome.
I'd be like, and this is a Zinfandel.
You need we need like this is how I view like part-time jobs. It's like a collecting a badge for like how strange something can be,
No,
right?
it's for the plot. It's for the
Yeah,
plot.
literally. Like I just got the
You need to be
badge.
able to say it sometime. You need to be able to offhandedly say, "Oh, that time I taught kids to read that one summer."
Yeah. The
Oh,
time I was a sommelier.
when I was a sommelier.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was a barista.
when I was a freelance reader. Like,
Etka.
Edka.
But yeah. So I love working. I love my friends and I love wine.
Mhm.
So yeah. But Quinn, what was your manic pixie this week?
My dogs are sniffing outside the door.
Oh.
Anyway, my manic
The
pixie moment this
dog's
week, as I said, not a lot going on. My manic pixie moment probably was when I got all those interviews today, but instead it's going to be the other day. No,
Mhm.
so I've been really good about keeping myself on like a little schedule
Mhm.
throughout the weeks. Like I don't just like sit around all day, which I'm proud of. I like actually like go and say, I'm doing things, I'm applying to jobs, I'm working on
Yes.
a project, which you guys will know about very soon. Big
Mhm.
things coming. Big things coming.
Watch this space.
Watch this space. Watch this space. And so I'm like actively working on things, which like does make guys. I know it sucks to hear, but like doing things does make you feel good.
It's true.
Like being able to lay your head down at the end of the day and say, okay, well, I did this and I did this and I did. It makes you feel good.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
helps so much. It's so major. So
I
major.
know.
Even if you don't feel like doing it, so major is the thing. And so, what was I even about to say? So, but since I do that during the week, it's like, well, girl, everybody needs a damn break.
Yeah, so true.
And I was really good in college. I did not do work on Saturdays. I did not do schoolwork on Saturdays, like ever in college.
That is awesome.
Like I made a boundary. I was like, that's not what that day is for.
Better than
you,
me.
because you literally need you just need time to be like, no.
A human being.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need time
Yeah,
to like
it's true.
not be working. As much as it is important to make things, it is
Mhm.
also important to have days where you don't do that.
Yeah, and rest.
Like maybe you have your little
So
daily
true.
routines and stuff, because I do certainly still have mine. Girls, Duo is fucking yelling at me to get on if I'm not.
Oh yeah.
He will
I'm
do
like
that
currently being
irregardless.
demoted right now. Yeah.
He will
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
he will do that irregardlessly.
Regardlessly.
Me fighting demotion with everything in me. Week 8 in the Diamond League. But
Eh.
so anyway, so now it's fun because like weekends are like weekends again to me. It's like I wake up and I'm like, oh, I like sleep until
That
maybe 8 because I've been waking up at like 7 every day. It's like, and
that
so
is awesome.
I got up. My mom had gone to the grocery store and I was like, oh, we have bagels. And we had steak from the night before that she had made. And I was like, girl, I'm about to make, because I love me some steak and eggs. And guys, breakfast is
Okay.
just a great time in the day for me. Breakfast is an amazing time in the day for me. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a steak and egg sandwich. And so
Sandwich.
I start doing the steak. There wasn't that much left, so I added a slice of bacon and I cut it in two. And I like cook both sides individually. And so I like put that on the burner. And then I was like getting the bagel prepared. It was like an Asiago, like, or it might be cheddar jalapeno bagel. Like I think there was like jalapeno or something in it. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Because we don't get like, we're not like a sliced cheese family. Like when I lived alone, I would get sliced cheese for like my breakfast sandwiches, but not really how things go at the Murphy house. But anyway.
Gotcha.
So I like toasted my bagel. I was and then I fried an egg, or two. I probably fried two. And then where was it when I think it was when Casey was here when you were like, well, eating an egg is actually as bad for you as smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, so they say.
I was like, who says that? Anyway.
Smoking 2 cigarettes.
Anyway, so I smoked 2 cigarettes.
Yeah, 4 maybe.
Basically. Oh my God, but the sandwich was so major. So I put some sriracha mayo on the bagel. I put the steak and the bacon on as the next layer. Put the egg, and then I put a little bit of arugula because I wanted a little something green on top, and I thought the flavor would work.
Ooh.
And girl, when I tell you that sandwich was bussin'. My dog
She
Buster was
chefed it
looking at
up.
me the entire time trying to get a piece of it. And I was like, Buster, I
Hankering.
wish I had more of this to share with you. Actually, I wish I
But
had more of it
can't.
for me to eat. And then when I was full, like about to throw my ass up, I would give some to you maybe.
Possibly.
But I don't really believe in feeding your dog from the table. I don't really believe in all that. But
yeah.
I
try not to, but sometimes I do have to pay like the bread tax.
sometimes you do it to be the cheese tax thing. No, because they like when I'm dropping food on the floor, when I'm like picking the shredded cheese up out of the bag, like they don't want to get that. But then when I'm eating my meal, it's like they want to
into your mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're up in my shit.
No, I don't know what happened to Goldie lately. He is obsessed with peanut butter. If I take the jar
Dude.
out of the pantry, he like hears it hit the counter and he runs over to me and he wants a pinky of peanut butter. Let me tell you that much. He's just like me for real. I'm obsessed with peanut
Oh my
butter.
God, my dog Chunk used to be the worst. My brother's dog Chunk, but he is the worst around meal times.
Really?
He will
Aggressive?
cry, howl, yell, jump up on the table.
Oh man.
There was one time we put like steaks out on the table and he fully just jumped up and grabbed
And
one
got
off
one?
the table.
No.
He does not give a fuck. He is a 9-star general in the DGAF war.
DGAF. Winning.
Winning.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
thank God that my dogs are small for that.
Yeah,
They would be chopping.
I don't know. It was just nice for a weekend to be a weekend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But that sandwich, guys. And that's what I was talking about. Like, I've been making such good food for myself. I don't even want to go out.
You could do that professionally then.
I'm like, why would I want to go out? And I have, guys, because sometimes you need to think of a career pivot, and my career pivot would definitely be culinary school.
Boom. Easy,
Boom.
right?
Oh, speaking of, I do have something to tell you about, but we'll do that for after the camera stopped rolling.
Sure. Okay. I'll take it.
And so that's the end of our podcast for this week. That brings us to the end. And so Becca, if you would do me honor, I would just love to know where people could locate you on the internet if they want to.
Yeah, well, they can follow me at Becca Hobart on Instagram, at Beck's Gloss on Twitter and Spotify, and Where Y'all Going During World War III on TikTok. They can also find me sloshed, drunk out of my mind, blacked out at the nursing home across from me when I take my wine walk, and that is where I accidentally go instead of my own house. Quinn, where can the people keep up with you individually if they're so inclined?
You can find me at Quinn P. Murphy on both Instagram and TikTok, and Quinn P. Murphy _ on Twitter. And you can find me waking up at 7 a.m., walking, journaling, and some yoga. Living my little bucolic lifestyle.
Sweet.
And so, Becca, where then can people find the show if they want to keep up with the antics?
Yeah, well, they can follow at Manic Pixie Jump Scare on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, where we post a podcast at length video forum. We can watch our beautiful faces. And then, guys, please email in at manicpixiejumpscare@gmail.com.
Do it.
You can literally tell us anything. There's so many comment corners you can refer back to. You can also Instagram DM us. Sometimes they don't always come through because sometimes we don't follow any of you guys. but it's something we have to do.
We'll find it. We'll find it eventually.
We'll find it eventually, and it's okay.
We just have to like do.
Yeah. So, all right.
We're
Quinn.
We're
And
Becca.
we're Becca.
And thank you for listening.
for listening.
We'll see you next time.
Walking.
We'll see you next time. Walking, journaling, doing some yoga. Let me tell you, we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Manic Pixie Jump Scare is hosted by Quinn Murphy
And Becca Hobart. Executive produced by Quinn Murphy and Becca Hobart.
Sound and video editing by Quinn Murphy.
Social media management and highlights by Becca Hobart.
And our theme song was written by Quinn Murphy, Becca Hobart, and Nandita Mahesh.